So day 2 of the ICC Women's World T20. Day 1 started with a bang in Guyana, but here in St. Lucia today has been frustration for everybody. It's been raining for 2 days straight, and unfortunately everything has not got off to the start we've been looking for. Although there is a lot of action, you might hear some noise in the background because there's plenty of entertainment around this event. Anyway, what's the scenario now? England and Sri Lanka have had to share the points, so a bit of frustration to get the tournament started, but I got to catch up with Heather Knight a little bit earlier to get her thoughts. Heather, first of all, frustration today, your side, of course, exciting, kind of wanting to get back into it, but rain has got in the way. How are you feeling?
Yeah, a little bit of frustration. I think it's the wettest outfield I've ever seen in my international career, and it's a real shame there's quite a few in actually. There's obviously the band started playing, it was set to be a really good game, but yeah, not to be, and we're hopeful the rain will clear up obviously for our game on Monday.
Tell me a little bit about the tournament, because it's the first standalone. You've been involved now for a little while. What does it mean to yourself and the wider women's game to have this kind of standalone tournament?
Yeah, I think it's perfect timing for the women's game. Obviously in previous tournaments alongside the men, we've felt a little bit as a sideshow. We've had crowds in for the group games and then sort of the double headers in the semi-finals and finals. It's felt a bit flat and not like a semi-final or a final of a World Cup. So I think it's great now that it's standalone. The signs I've seen so far from the hosts and the advertisement and things like that, it's been brilliant. There's been a few crowds in. I think there was a few at the West Indies game last night. So I think it's a great move by the ICC to make it a standalone tournament.
And talking about kind of the tournament and England's prospects, not been the ideal kind of warm-up scenario, 4 games, just the 1 win, another washout as well, and losing Catherine Brunt. How's the team feeling kind of preparation-wise, and of course missing the game? How do you feel the rest of your tournament might progress? Yeah,
obviously with the warm-ups, ideally we would have won them, but I think in terms of us being tested and us finding out about the conditions and how we need to play out here, I think they've been perfect. That game against the West Indies, it felt like a real international. There was sort of 5,000 people there, and that game against India as well, there were 2 really close games, and that's going to stand us in good stead, I think. Obviously, ideal world, you want to win for the confidence, but the girls are prepared really well. We've been here quite early, obviously getting out of the cold in England and the rain, but we found a bit more rain here. But yeah, we'll be ready to go obviously when we do get out there, and hopefully it's on Monday.
And just finally, talk to me about the standards. You've been around the game for a little while now, but Bangladesh yesterday had West Indies against the ropes. We're seeing Harmanpreet Kaur take it to another level. You know, this group, there's no easy game anymore. What's the standards kind of shifting like in your perspective? What have you seen that's changed?
It's changed massively since I first got involved in the international game, and it seems to be progressing at a rapid rate each year, and that's what we've got to do as players. We've got to keep pushing the game forward, keep playing exciting cricket, and I was excited watching yesterday, obviously that opening game and the other 2 as well. As a cricket fan, it was great to see and a great starter for the tournament. So yeah, hopefully when we do finally get on the pitch out here, we can continue to play some really good cricket and show how far the game's going and where it's come from.
Heather, good luck for the rest of the tournament and of course the weather as well. So frustration there from Heather Knight, the England captain. So no play today, but we did manage to catch up with Darren Sammy. This stadium is named after him. He's the former captain of the West Indies T20 successful team from just a couple of years ago. So no better person to find out more about the island than from him.
Growing up, we always heard St. Lucia, simply beautiful. But over the last year or so, they've changed the slogan to let her inspire you. I always say the island is not the island without the people. The welcoming atmosphere created by the people makes the country so amazing. So it's a place I'm really proud to call home. Good morning. Yes, good morning.
Mr. Darren Sammy.
Yes, sir. I'm very passionate about my people. My story, my journey is one that most St. Lucians, most young people growing up here could relate to. You can't give up. You imagine, you believe, and you achieve. That's all it's about. This is where the power is, between that space there. And once you don't lose that, you give yourself the best chance to surviving in life. These are kids who are having difficulties in their current life, and I took it upon my own as the ambassador to buy at least 50 tickets for every game. Give them an opportunity to be part of the biggest thing happening in St. Lucia and when it comes to sport.
The West Indies have won the Women's ICC World T20 title.
Myself, Carlos Brathwaite, Bravo, everybody just started sprinting. Stephanie said, well, Skip, you said I have to win. I've done that. Now it's your turn. That's me there, right? Every time I drive past that stretch, right? I have to check myself. Darren Sammy cricket girl. Look at him now. I remember when the PM announced that, I was almost in tears. It shows the love and the appreciation that St. Lucia has for my contribution to the country. I don't think there's any cricketer, male or female, who wouldn't want to tour the Caribbean. There's something special about sitting in the stands with a St. Lucian watching any sport. And once he gets into the action, what comes out of his mouth is just a St. Lucian culture. And you will not find that anywhere else in the world. Just sitting here in the Johnson Charleston, watching DeAndre Doughton facing up to one of the English bowlers and smacking one right here in the stand. Of course, I'm feeling the vibes. That's why I'm wearing the shirt. I've worn that shirt so many times. I think it's becoming my uniform. I think we're in for a showpiece, and I would tell them, come and enjoy this beautiful stadium, enjoy the country, have fun, but at the end of the day, come out here and entertain.
So day 2, no action here in St. Lucia, but tomorrow, day 3, proves to be exciting with a huge clash. India taking on Pakistan. India have just come off the back of a big win. For Pakistan, they struggled in their first fixture, but will be looking to get their tournament started. So let's take a look at the match preview, which should give us some of the action coming up.
I think we'll treat this game as normal. I'll be lying if there's no pressure. Obviously there will be pressure when we play India-Pakistan. There's an emotional aspect to it, and our girls have played a number of times, and I hope them to be professional on the field rather than getting caught up in the emotion. And we basically plan things according to teams, and we'll try and execute whatever plans we do off the field.
They're an impressive side, and they've made a lot of ground in the last 4 or 5 months. So we're acutely aware of the challenge that we've got, and we just need to be improving in what we have to do and put them under pressure for longer periods of time. I'm expecting a big crowd. It's amazing where you can find Indian and Pakistani people around the world, but they seem to show up from I don't know where. But the girls just have to realise that it's a pressure situation, and they have to embrace the pressure. There's nothing they can do about it. They can't hide from it. So we've got to embrace that challenge and look it in the eye and say, yeah, there's pressure on this game. We've got 224 million people watching us. They've got 1 billion people watching them. So cricket is a passion for them, and the sooner that we embrace that and get over it, then we can start playing some cricket.
Yeah, people are at home, it's different, but as a player, I don't think we really think about playing Pakistan, because that puts a lot of pressure on us. And as I said, we have to come here, enjoy our cricket, and play, give 100% every day we step into the field, and that won't be any different when we face Pakistan.
Well, to fans back home and all over the country, it's more than a game, but as we are professionals, we are being taught that it's just another game. It will be great fun because playing against India is always fun. Of course, it's full of pride and a huge responsibility, because whenever I wear this shirt, I'm not known by my name. It's whoever calls me, here is the Pakistani girl going. So it's really a pride and responsibility on our shoulder to carry the burden of this responsibility, and we all feel really honored by wearing this.
I guess in T20s you cannot really predict anyone. Any batsman can come out and perform, any bowler can bowl a good spell, and the match can completely change. So, but yeah, they are all around a good team, and their bowling attack is pretty well. We saw that in Asia Cup, and yeah, so we'll be looking at them as that point of view, and we want to give our best in every match.
I think now it's kind of we have become quite level-headed on that side also, because we do have good friends on the Indian team as well, and we understand that it's only a game. But definitely the history that's between these countries, there is a bit of extra excitement when you're playing India. But the intensity, I think we take the same intensity on the field when we play all other teams, because every match has the same points to carry forward.
So India, Pakistan looks like it's going to be a fantastic, exciting fixture. Straight after that is going to be Australia taking on Ireland. Australia, they're off the back of a big win. They've got the momentum with them. For Ireland, they're going to be looking to try and get into this tournament and see if they can cause an upset. Let's take a look at the match preview for tomorrow's game.
Yeah, I think it's always a bit of relief to get the first game out of the way, and we do know Pakistan quite well. They're probably sick of the sight of us, and we've played them quite a bit. So yeah, it was always a game that we were pretty keen to get into, and I thought it was pretty much a workmanlike performance. I think the batting, we set it up quite well with a good power play, and I thought Pakistan bowled really well through the middle, and then we got away a little bit at the end, and I thought that was a really good score. And I thought we bowled really well. We need to tidy up our fielding a little bit. We're just a little bit sloppy, but all round very happy. It was interesting when I spoke to the playing group today. It's sometimes in these tournaments you want to fast forward and get through games, and we've come up with a sort of slogan: tomorrow's overrated, and so that's how we're going to play this tournament.
Ireland, they've got some big names in there that we're really cautious of, and I suppose in any World Cup you have to be careful of every team you come across.
We don't have a lot on them. We played against them a couple of years ago in a few T20 games in Dublin, and they're a very competitive side. They took us to task a couple of times over there, and they'll fancy themselves. They've got nothing to lose, and I think that's the way they'll play it.
Everyone seems to be quite comfortable in this environment, and everyone trains really hard. And there's 11 that play, but 15 really are on this tour, and anyone could be playing any game. So the team's in a really good spot, as I said before, and everyone feels like they're in it and they're involved, and everyone's ready to go if they get called up. So it's going really well.
We're here to compete, and we're here to challenge ourselves and everything we do. We do a lot of work with just sort of worrying about our game and what we do. So we've got our targets and we've got our expectations. So if we can hit those throughout the tournament, then I think it'll be a good week.
When we look at our group and the other group, there's no easy group and there's no easy game. Australia first up is going to be a very tough challenge, but that's what we're here for. They obviously have some star players, and I suppose for us we're going to set our own targets and just make sure that once we hit them and execute our skills, we'll be pretty happy with the outcome. There are certain games in our group that we are targeting, and we just want to build on each game. That's one of our main focuses for this tournament.
We see it as an exciting opportunity, to be honest with you. That's what our players love to do, is put themselves against the best in the world and see where their skills measure up. So I think it'll be a good test, especially getting them first up. It'll be great for us to set us up for the tournament.
I'm pretty happy with the makeup of our team at the moment. We obviously have a lot of experienced players, the likes of Claire Shillington, Ciara Metcalfe and Isabel and Cecilia Joyce, who have played over 100 caps for Ireland and have played in a lot of World Cups before. Equally, we have players that have never been to a World Cup before. So I think it's great to have that balance. Obviously the elder girls can draw on previous experiences and help the younger players, because obviously there's going to be nerves in this tournament. It doesn't get much bigger than playing in a World Cup.
So that's it for today. Day 2 has been a washout, but make sure you tune in to Day 3 for some action. But before you go, the teams have been out here in West Indies having an amazing time. We caught up with them at the Media Day for a bit of fun. Watch this.
It's the right time now. This is we time now. People, put your hands in the air. Come raise the flags up now.